Okay, in this video we are going to learn about aspect ratio. So in a rectangular shape such as a display screen, the longer side is called the width and the shorter side is the height. Like this display screen can be anything, like you have a computer monitor, your smartphones or televisions, or any of these display screens are always in the shape of a rectangles. So in this rectangle, the side which is longer, that is called as the width. Width is the longer side and the shorter side is called as the height. Now the ratio between this width and height, that ratio W is to H, is called as the aspect ratio. So an aspect ratio is equal to the width over height. That W is to H, that same ratio you can also write it as fraction. So here I am representing it as W over H. Okay. Now the size of a television is the length of the diagonal of its screen in inches. Okay, it is like this. This length of the diagonal, suppose if you consider this to be a television screen, so from one corner to the other, this and this whole length, which is the diagonal, is the length of the television. We might have heard, we say that I have a television of 50 inches or 60 inches or sometimes 27 inches. When we say that, we are talking about this length of the diagonal. Whatever is the length of the diagonal from this vertex to the other end, or from here, from this end to the other opposite vertex, of course they both are same. This is supposed to be the length of that particular screen, about whatever you are saying. Sometimes you talk about laptops, you have a 15-inch laptop or 17 inches, that is the nothing but length of its diagonal. So in olden days, televisions are manufactured with an aspect ratio of 4:3. That is, for example, if the width of the screen is let me take 4, its height is going to be 3. That 4 is very small number. Yes, so for example, if I say 40 inches is the width of the screen, then its height is 30 inches. The ratio is still 4:3 only. That's how these televisions are manufactured in the beginning. But now in the newer version, we have widescreen televisions whose screens have an aspect ratio of 16:9. I have an example here about those two cases. Here we have a television which is of older generation, that is, whose aspect ratio is 4:3. Here he is saying that suppose if this length, that is the width of the screen, is for example, if it is 16 inches, its corresponding height is going to be this 4 times 4 is 16, so 3 times 4, that is 12 inches is the corresponding height. That's how this particular screen is made. Now in the newer version, we have televisions of this form. So here the aspect ratio is 16:9. So for example, if the width of the screen, if the width is 48 inches, and its corresponding height is going to be, that is 16 times 3 is 48, so the corresponding height will be 9 times 3, that is 27 inches. And if I want to find its height, its size, what is the size of your television? If you want to know, you have to find the length of this screen from one corner to the other corner. So what is this length you have to find? How do you find this? In order to find that length, we have to make use of Pythagorean theorem. We know that Pythagorean theorem is in any right triangle, the square on the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. What I'm saying is this: a square plus b squared is equal to c square. So where c is the hypotenuse. So we have a right triangle here. In this right triangle, suppose if I take this 27 as A, that 48 will be B. I can see that is 48 there on the top. The bottom length is also 48. So I will write here A square, that is 27 square, plus B square is 48 square, which is equal to C squared. Alright, now let me take my calculator. Alright, so in this I have here 27 square. So type in 27 and square plus 48 square gives me 3033. So 27 square plus 48 square is equal to, I have here 3033, which is equal to c square. But I am looking for c here, just a c. So I'll go ahead and find the square root on both sides. So when you find square root on both sides, square root of c square is just a c. That c is equal to, I'll go back to calculator, hit the second button, and then that square root, which is here, 3033, and hit enter. So you have here 55.07. 55.07 inches. If I round it off, I can just write it as 55. So the size of this television, the size is equal to 55 inches. That's how you can measure.